And after showing you last night why a Wichita County man blames his neighbor for his house flooding, one county commissioner has a different story.
Jaron Spore joins us now. And Jaron, this disagreement's been going on for a while now.
That's right. The disagreement between Randy York and Commissioner Barry Mahler started over a year ago after York says a neighbor plowed his brush where it does not belong.
The county knew about it. They didn't do nothing about it, and my house is flooded now.
Randy York lives off Rifle Range Road and says 2 years ago his neighbor plowed his brush into a tributary. York says that's the reason his house flooded after recent rains.
We've been trying to look toward a solution.
While Commissioner Barry Mahler says it's because York's house was built in a floodplain.
So I went to the emergency management office this morning, pulled out the flood maps, and the property appears to me to be in the floodplain. I'm not an engineer, so I won't make the absolute call, but it sure appears to be.
No.
York disagrees and says he has a certificate to prove it.
I got a elevation certificate stating that the house is built in accordance to the elevation being in floodplain. So I know that the house is built up high enough to withstand a flood if it ever happened.
But York says the flooding started after his neighbor plowed his brush into what he may have thought was a creek. He says according to state law, you can dam up a creek, but not a tributary.
My wife called TCEQ, which is a state representative out of Abilene, and he was the one that looked up on Google Earth and told us all the information that it was not a creek, it's a tributary.
Well, it's on private property for one thing. We're going to need an engineer to determine whether it's actually impeding the flow or not. I can't make that call. I've looked at it, I've got my opinion, but I'm not an engineer and I'm not going to venture a guess.
What can I do legally?
York says he's gotten the state involved to investigate the controversy, and the investigation is expected to start in the next week or two. And Commissioner Mahler wants to remind folks, before you build a house, go by emergency management and make sure you're not in the floodplain.
Okay, Jaron, thank you very much.
Of course, we're going to keep you updated as this story progresses.